Hello students, welcome to the next video of Snapshot Lesson 3rd Ranga's Marriage by Masti Venkatesh Iyengar. Students, let's proceed paragraph 10 of Lesson 3rd of Snapshot Ranga's Marriage. See its reading paragraph 10. Ratna stood at a distance, her head lowered. Ranga repeatedly glanced at her. Once our eyes met, and he looked very embarrassed. No one spoke for a long while. It was my coming in that stopped the singing. Let me leave. Words, mere words. The fellow said he would leave but did not make a move. How can one expect words to match actions in the days of Kaljuga? Ratna ran inside, overcome by shyness. After a while, Ranga asked, "Who is that girl, Swami? Who is that inside?" The lion wanted to know. The he goat, who had taken shelter in the temple, replied, "Does it matter who am I? Who I am? Does it matter who I am? I am a poor animal who has already eaten 9 lions. I have vowed to eat one more. Tell me, are you male or female?" The lion fled the place in fear, it seems. Like the he goat, I said, "What does it matter to either of us who she is? I am already married and you aren't the marrying kind." Very hopefully, he asked, "She isn't married then?" His voice did not betray his excitement, but I knew it was there. She was married a year ago. Students, see some words related to this paragraph. Lowered, that is bent. Embarrassed. Embarrassed means troubled. To trouble someone, to harass someone is called embarrassed. Embarrass means to make someone troubled, to harass someone, to make harass someone is called embarrassment. Okay? So here embarrassed means troubled. Repeatedly means again and again, continuously. Repeatedly means when you are going to repeat the things, you are doing the same thing again and again. This is repeatedly. Glanced. Glance means looked at, but not with fixed gaze. Have a glance. In other words, you can say to see the things in a one view is called glance. Okay? So here there are different words as glance, behold, see, look, watch. They have different conditions. Students, you must know where these words should be used in most appropriate way. As we had a glance over the book. So here the meaning not looking continuously or not fixing our gaze. Expect, that is hoped. Overcome by means defeated by. Overcome by means defeated by or dominated by. Vowed. Vowed means swear that. Taking oath. Vowed means taking oath or swear that. Betray. Betray means cheated, deceived. Okay? Called betray. To cheat someone, to deceive someone is called betrayed. Kali Yuga, as you know, the age of sin and sinner. Kaljug is the age of sin and sinner. As you know, there are four yugas in Sanatan religions, Hindu mythology. So here first Satyug, Treta, Dwapar, Kaljug. The fourth yug is Kaljug, and it means the age of sin, the age of sinner, in which people lost their values, giving importance to sense and their sense objects. They mind the things, how much they are going to consume each and everything, accumulating a lot of wealth, not minding how those things are coming in our houses, completely given one's whole inclination towards accumulating the sense objects. This is the main characteristics of this Yug Kal Yuga. Here the author says that Ranga was a product of Kal Yuga. Now let's see explanation of this paragraph. As the singing stopped, Ranga entered in and sat on the chair. Ratna stood at a distance, keeping her head down out of shyful respect. Ranga looked at her continuously. Ranga looked at her continuously. Once their eyes met, looking at each other. At this, Ranga looked very troubled. His mental condition was perplexed. Nobody spoke for a long while. Then at last Ranga spoke that it was his coming in. It was his coming in the house that stopped the singing. Therefore he asked them to let him go. He spoke to go, but these were the words only. There was no movement in his body as he was going. He spoke the words that I am going, but he was not moving from his place. He said to go, but didn't move at all. This is the time of Kal Yuga in which sinner temperament dominates everyone. So, in this Kal Yuga, one cannot expect the match of words with action. Ratna ran inside the room out of shyness. Ratna ran inside the room out of shyness. After some time of pause, Ranga asked the narrator who that girl was. Swami, now Ranga, like a hungry lion of love, wanted to know who that was. Ranga wanted to know that who that was inside the room. Here the narrator takes the support of his story, in which the condition of lion is similar to the condition of Ranga. As in the story, a lion chases a he goat. Do you know? He goat means male offspring of a goat. Okay, the lion chased the he goat. Anyway, the he goat becomes successful in hiding himself in a temple. The lion suspects his hiding and reaches to the temple entrance and asked who that was inside the temple. The he goat who had taken the shelter inside the temple replied, "It doesn't matter who I am." He said that he was a poor animal who had already eaten 9 lions. He further told him that he had taken swear to eat one more lion. And saying this, the he goat asked him whether the lion was male or female. The lion became frightened and he fled from the place out of fear. Like the he goat, the narrator asked Ranga what it mattered to either of them who she was. Narrator asked Ranga what it mattered to either of them who she was. For both of us, it doesn't matter that who the girl is because the narrator is already married and Ranga himself was not going to marry that kind of girl, a girl of immature kind. Then, with a great hope, Ranga asked him, then she was not married? His voice was coming from the depth of truth. It could not hide his excitement. But the narrator knew the excitement hidden in it. He told Ranga that she was married a year ago. Students, let's proceed on the next paragraph of this chapter, paragraph 11. Let's see its reading. His face shriveled like a roasted brinjal. Okay? His face shriveled like a roasted brinjal. After a while, Ranga left, saying, I must go. I have work at home. I went to our Sastri the next morning and told him, keep everything ready to read the stars. I will come later. I tutored him in all that I wanted him to say. I found no change in Ranga when I met him that afternoon. What is the matter? You seem to be lost in thought, I said. Nothing wrongs. Believe me. Headache? Come, let's go and see a doctor. I have no headache. I am my usual self. I went through the same thing when the process of choosing a girl for me was going on. But I don't think that could be a reason for your present condition. Ranga stared at me. Ranga stared at me. Come, let's go and see Sastri, I suggested. We'll find out whether Guru and Shani are favorable for you or not. Ranga accompanied me without any protest. As soon as Sastri saw me, he exclaimed, what a surprise, Syama. Haven't seen you for a long time. Now, see some difficult words related to this paragraph as shriveled. Shriveled means, in one word I can say, contracted. But shriveled means if something shrivel or shriveled, it becomes smaller and its surface is covered with lines because it is very dry and old. It is very dry or old. For example, the grapes are left out in the sun to shrivel up and become resins. Students, I think the meaning of shrivel should become clear to you. By this example, the grapes are left out in the sun to shrivel, to dry up and become resins. Next word, roasted. Very good word. You often use this word roasted means burn or to cook something such as meat in an oven or over a fire. Roasting to not only meat, sometimes as we use crumpet and a dish made of potatoes, tomatoes. When potatoes are seasoned with onion and garlic, they create a kind of dish. That is, to prepare in that dish, we also use roasting as to roast the brinjal. We roast the brinjal to prepare that dish. Okay, so in this way, you can say to cook something such as meat, such as potatoes or brinjal etc. on fire or on over is called roasting. The meaning roasting as an adjective means very hot, especially so that you feel uncomfortable. When the sun shines very hot in the sky, some days are so hot for us, it becomes unbearable for us, and then we say this is roasting. For example, a roasting hot day. It was a roasting hot day of the month of June. Did you understand? It was a roasting hot day in the month of June or in the month of May. Or I am absolutely roasting in this suit. I am absolutely roasting in this suit. You have put on a suit, not feeling comfortable, sweating is coming out. In that condition, what you say? I am absolutely roasting in this suit. I think the word roasting might have become yours. Headache. Headache means ache or pain. Okay. This, for example, I have an headache today. But in literary way, sometimes when we are emotionally embarrassed, we are emotionally troubled, then we also say that we have some headache. Tutored, taught. Try to make him understand. Choosing a girl, selecting a girl. Accompanied means went along. Accompanied means went along. Protest, oppose. Now let's proceed on the explanation of this paragraph. Okay. Ranga was very excited to know about Ratna, whether she was married or not. When the Shastri told, or you can say, when narrator told Ranga that she was married a year ago, his face became dry and contracted like a roasted brinjal. Very good comparison. Simile is used in this expression. Roasted brinjal. Face became shriveled like a roasted brinjal. After being with Shastri for a while, Ranga left home, saying that he must go. The narrator went to their Shastri the next morning and told him everything. He advised him to keep everything ready to read the stars. He would come later. Told him he, the narrator himself, would come later. The narrator taught the Shastri each and everything what he wanted him to say. Now the Ranga was lost in bewilderment when the narrator met him that afternoon. Ranga was lost in thought. He was in bewilderment in that afternoon when he met the narrator. He did not find any change in him. Seeing Ranga in such mood, the narrator asked him what the matter was. Also further asked that he seemed to be lost in thought. Ranga tried to hide his emotion and said that there was nothing wrong with him. Thus he tried to assure the narrator. The narrator showing his innocence. The narrator, showing his innocence, asked him whether he had headache. If he had, then come, they should go to see a doctor. Ranga protested this proposal, saying that he had no headache. He is in his usual temperament. The narrator told Ranga that his own mental condition was also the same as his when The process of selecting a girl for him was going on. But that is Ranga's situation is deeper because he was not going to marry. Therefore, Ranga's conditions cannot be compared with the mental conditions of the narrator. At this comparison, Ranga looked at the narrator continuously with a fixed gaze. The author suggested Ranga that they should go to Shastri, the Pandit, to meet him. He suggested so that they will find out whether Guru and Shani are favorable for him or not. Because these two stars affect the life of the persons very much, according to the science of astrology. Ranga accompanied the narrator without any protest. As soon as Shastri saw the both, the narrator and Ranga, he exclaimed that it was great surprise, Syama. It was a great surprise, Syama. He had not seen him for a long time. Students, let's proceed on the next paragraph of this chapter, Ranga's marriage, paragraph 12. Paragraph 12. Let's see its reading. Syama is none other than your servant, the narrator of this tale. I got angry and shouted, "What? Only this morning?" Shastri completed my sentence. You finished all your work and are now free to visit me. Had he not done so, I would have ruined our plan by bursting like grains that are kept in the sun to dry. I was extremely careful of what I said afterwards. Shastri turned to Ranga. When did Shastri turn to Ranga? Asked. When did the young son of our accountant clerk come home? When did the young son of our accountant clerk come home? What can I do for him? It's very rarely that he visits us. Take out your paraphernalia. Take out your paraphernalia. Our Rangappa seems to have something on his mind. Can you tell us what's worrying him? Shall we put your science of astrology to the test? There was authority in my voice as I spoke to Shastri. He took out 2 sheets of paper, some cowries, and a book of palmyra leaves, saying, Our is an ancient science. Oya, there is a story to it, but I won't tell you that story now. This is not a Harikatha which allows you to tell a story within a story. You may got bored. I will tell it to you some other time. Now see some words related to this paragraph, students. As tell story, and when we narrate a story, then we narrate a tale. Paraphernalia. Paraphernalia means a lot of small things that belong to someone are needed for a particular activity. Is called paraphernalia. Means, in other words, the needed equipments. All the equipments needed for a particular activities is paraphernalia. For example, the things and events that are connected with a particular activity. The things and events that are connected with a particular activities is paraphernalia. Astrology. Very good term. Astrology, the science of stars. As astrology, the study of the there are two meaning. Students, take it as I spoke you the science of stars. But astrology is the study of the relationship between the movement of the stars and their influence on people and event. This is the object. This is the role of astrology to study the relationship between the movement of the stars and their influence on people and event of day to day life. Other words is made from this word astrophysics. Astrophysics means the scientific study of the chemical structure. Now the terms differ here. Astrophysics, it is a compound word made of two words, astrology, astro, and second is physics. Means in this branch of science the scientific study takes place of the chemical structure of the stars and the forces that influence them is the part of astrophysics. Okay, now come Pami. Pami or Palmyra, that is known as Bhojpatra, but this word palm is used, it has many senses. For example, palmistry means study of hands to tell the future, to tell the events which are going to take place in someone's life. eh? But when the word palmy used as an adjective, then it describes a period of time when people have money and life is good. When the term palmy is used, means it describes a period of time when people have money and life is good, had no tension for their usual term. For example, in the palmy days of King Vikramaditya, in the palmy days of Queen Elizabeth. Okay, now see the explanation of this paragraph. Paragraph 12. Syama, the narrator of this tale. Who is the narrator of this tale? Syama. Is none than other his servant. Okay, showing sycophancy to Shastri. Syama tries to please him, saying that Syama is none than other of your servant. Then the narrator got angry on Shastri, showing the exclamation, "What? Only that morning I have come to you?" But the Shastri interrupted before he could complete the statement, saying that he had finished all his work. There was there was a tone of complaint that he had finished all his work and is now free to visit him. Then he had come. Then he had come. Shastri complained to the narrator. According to the narrator, if he had not done so, then he would have ruined their plan by bursting like a grains that are kept in the sun to dry. Syama, the narrator, was very careful of what he was going to say afterwards. Shastri turned to Ranga and asked when the young son of their accountant clerk had come home, what he could do for him. He also added that he, that is Ranga, very rarely visited them. The narrator advised him to take out his all equipments of astrology. He said that their Rangappa seemed to have something on his mind. If he could tell them what was the reason behind which made him worry. He also asked if would they put their science of astrology to the test of its utility in modern age. There was a time of there was I am sorry There was a tone of authority in the voice of the narrator when he spoke to the Shastri. He took out two sheets of paper, some cowries, and a book of pomeria leaves. A book of pomeria leaves. Okay? While he was taking out these things, he was saying that theirs is an ancient science. Okay? There is theirs is an ancient science. Aya means the science of astrology is very ancient. Aya. There is an story that is related to it, but he wouldn't tell him that that story. Then, according to Shastri, it is not as Harikatha, story of the ancient science is not like the Harikatha, which allows us to tell a story within a story and make it long. No, if it goes like it, then he would get bored. Therefore, the Shastri advised him that he would tell him the story of their ancient science some other days.